Jackfruit Festival 2018 will commence shortly. All the special invitees and other officers and all our friends are requested to kindly take the seats inside the hall.
Jackfruit is undoubtedly one of the most unfashionable fruit, which has hitherto been relegated to the bottom of the fruit basket. Today, however, we are witnessing a revival of a sleeping giant who has the wherewithal to make it to our breakfast and dinner tables and even to our medicine chest, with its varied forms and avatar. To celebrate this Jackfruit Festival, it is an honor for me to welcome amongst our midst Shri Conrad K. Sangma, the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, who has so kindly consented to be the chief guest for today's program. It is a pleasure for you to be with us, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to welcome Shri Bante Dor Lingdor, the Minister Agriculture, who is also gracing this occasion as the guest of honor today. I would like to welcome the brain, the heart, and the driving force of this festival, Shri K.N. Kumar, who is our Additional Chief Secretary and Agriculture Production Commissioner. I would like to welcome amongst our midst all the directors of Agriculture and Director Horticulture, Director R&T, all the joint directors of Agriculture Department and Horticulture. It is also a pleasure for me to welcome amongst our midst the Director of ICR, Dr. Prasad, the Prakash, then as well as the Director of MIE, Dr. Basolia, and his team members. I would like to welcome all the officers of all the participating departments, as well as the entrepreneurs, the SHGs, and the resource persons who will be recourse in the workshop later today. I would also like to welcome all the public of the city of Shillong to witness this first ever Jackfruit Festival. Thank you and welcome all.
So baper batu batian pin ong hakan jing het muka jing bakan jing lang usap ai jing toy hakan jing enjoy what hakalat kamai cekot ya udang di usopan umbahe mensim ông đang đã shin hakrap trong usopan nakabendang kihab batibla hebla sang kalat yada jimbang baperin kakajing ado da usopan batok yada jimbang bakajing bakodo hey ho gulo kunjo kan mawan banda usopan bande kamet kapat baro bangla bong baro ban ek ki thi ki jaw ban ha ka khat ba ka se do uso pan ba he men sing. Sing along with me. 2, 3. Uso pan ba he men sing. Kolong na jin bam se kham tam ya uso pan uso ba te uso ba me uso ba mayan ban ba kasam ban ek kishing ban hat jing dap shadan ban yo la ta kai ka ta ban skam ga ya uso pan ba he men se uso pan ba uso pandai cinta korot la ai semua dunia dan lelu harga cinta indai bang sedai tapi kala indai bang ya ubang doja ngaung ya beta kijat sopan yang kendal uso pan bahe mensi. Ban dam da usopan ban eka met ka bhat baro ban lat ka batashan ubaya yana ta ka jingtam bam bong baro ban ek ki thi ki jaw ban ha ta khwan pakas ne do usopan ba he men se usopan ba he men se. Sing along with me, please. Usopan, come on. Usopan, ubahe mensi. What's it? 1, 2, 3. Usopan, ubahe mensi. One more time. Usopan, ubahe mensi. Usopan, ubahe mensi. Hey ho ko jogan ma ban da usopan ban ega met ka phat baro ban la ka ba ka sha ubaya ya dam na ki jingam mam bong baro ban ek ki jaw ban ha ka khat ba ka si do usopan ubahe mensi. Usopan, 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 bahe mensi. Okay, thank you.
A very good morning to all of you, gentlemen and ladies. Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Conrad Sangma, Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Shri Banchoda Nando, Secretary Agriculture, Mrs. Marilyn Nopui, Dr. Shyamala Reddy, Professor of Horticulture, University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore. She has specially flown in from Bangalore to be with us this morning. She is an acknowledged national expert on jackfruit. Dr. N. Prakash, Director, ICR, Umiya. Shri Sanjeev, DGM, NABARD. Ms. Natasha Marak, Assistant Professor, Central Agriculture University. Assembled farmers and entrepreneurs from all the districts of Meghalaya. the Department of Agriculture extends a very warm welcome to all of you at this first state level Jackfruit Festival of Meghalaya. As you would have noticed, we are organizing this festival with the theme, The Humble Jack with a Large Heart. Some of you must be pretty amused about this kind of a theme. But let me say that some thinking has actually gone into choosing this theme. We deliberately wanted to bring up the humility of this jackfruit to center stage, because it is the least demanding and therefore probably the most neglected fruit of our state. It is a poor man's fruit and the food of the rural people. So the urban consumer is yet to wake up to the myriad possibilities of the jackfruit, nutritionally, medicinally, cuisine choices. So the idea behind this festival, therefore, is to trigger the urban demand. One report suggests that there are at least 200 culinary items that can be prepared with the unripe as well as the ripe fruits and also the seeds. The Institute of Hotel Management has been specially requested by us to give us a taste of what is possible with jackfruit, and they have set up an exclusive stall outside with nearly about 100 items, which I'm sure we will be able to taste a little later. Their range of dishes should hopefully make a difference to the way this fruit is looked at by the urban world from now on. Jackfruit is the largest tree-borne fruit in the plant kingdom. A mature jackfruit tree can produce up to 200 fruits in a year, and a single fruit can weigh up to 60 kgs. Even if we average it to just 25 fruits per tree with an average size of 40 kgs, it will mean 1000 kgs, that is 1 metric ton per tree per year. At the farm gate, if the farmer gets even 5 rupees, at least 5 rupees per kg, it's an income of 5000 rupees per tree per year. Now let us assume that we have just about 1 million trees in our state. That is a 500 crore economy. Unfortunately, 75% of our ripe jackfruit in our state is wasted. That is a problem. It also means that there is a vast economic opportunity that is waiting to be explored. So the losses incurred by Meghalaya due to the wasted jackfruit work out to about 400 crores per year. Now, especially so from the Garo Hills and the border areas of the Khasi and JNK Hills. So we will need to do something very urgently in this regard. And so today's festival is the first step in that direction. The second step is the launching of the Jackfruit Mission, the draft of which will be released by the Honorable Chief Minister and the Minister of Agriculture today. Now let me first place before you 4 arguments as to why we must aggressively promote jackfruit in our state. Number 1, every part of the tree is useful. It is drought resistant and the tree never fails. Even when other crops fail, jackfruit never fails. The fruit is naturally organic because no fertilizers and pesticides are ever used. The unripe fruit is a vegetable, the ripe one is a fruit, and the seeds can be fried, roasted, and baked and eaten. So the leaves are a good source of food for the goats and other farm animals. And the leftover jackfruit is a valuable pig feed. The second reason that I have is a very important one, because jackfruit mimics meat. It has the texture of meat, and therefore increasingly being added to the vegan diet of the world. Now, it will be surprising for you to know that globally, there is a vegan revolution going on. And in the United States, there has been a 600% increase in the vegan population in the last 3 years. In the United Kingdom, the vegan population increased by 350% in the last decade. The Chinese, we generally think that they are rabid non-vegetarians, but that's not true. The Chinese vegan market is growing by 17% annually since 2015. So this is all an opportunity for us. We can capture the vegan market. It is beckoning, and the time has come for us to step in and to step up. Now, the third reason that I have is that the timber is used for making furniture, which is termite proof, and on certain occasions it is even superior to teak. Sri Lanka exports the jackfruit wood to Europe. The wood is also used for making musical instruments, which is a great opportunity for our state. Fourthly, and the most important, is the problem of climate change. Now, we know that climate change, there are so many cereal crops that we consume on a daily basis, like rice, wheat, and maize. They are all highly sensitive to climate change, but jackfruit is not. Actually, jackfruit is a tree for generations. In 2017, India produced 1.4 million tons of jackfruit. But unfortunately, we do not have very reliable figures relating to jackfruit in our state. In the list of top 13 jackfruit producing states of India, as published by the National Horticulture Board, Meghalaya does not figure. It is surprising. I am really surprised at this, because my own intuition tells me that we have as many as 1 million trees in jackfruit, million jackfruit trees in our state, but somehow they have not come into the official statistics at all. Even if the data are not accurate, I can make some kind of a T-shop statistic here. The most proximate and comparable state for us is Tripura. And Tripura has indicated a value of 418 crores of jackfruit every year. Tripura is half the size of Meghalaya. So I think our production should be at least in that range, if not more. And the bad news is that this opportunity is going begging year after year, mostly because of our neglect. Now compare this situation with the neighboring countries. You must be aware that jackfruit is native to India, but it is Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. They both have declared jackfruit as their national fruit. And deep south, Kerala and Tamil Nadu have declared jackfruit as their state fruit. And within our country, within our own region, I know that they grow, jackfruit grows almost like a wild tree, but none of the northeastern states have given a serious attention to it, barring Tripura to an extent. So one key opportunity we have in the state is that we don't have to grow this tree anymore. We don't have to, because it's already there. All that we will have to do is to aggregate, process and market the value-added products. The products are diverse, very diverse. I can mention some: the seed flour, chips, noodles, candies, papads, ice creams. The list is unending. We can do all that. In Vietnam, a company called Vinamit has 10,000 hectares of jackfruit, and it makes vacuum fried jackfruit chips, and it's a global leader. And they want to import jackfruit from India because they are unable to meet the demand of the global demand of chips. Now, it's very sad to note that Sri Lanka, such a small country, has 14 organizations to provide jackfruit value addition. India, such a large country, doesn't have even one. Now, the Honorable Governor of Meghalaya has written to the Union Minister of Agriculture recently to consider the possibility of establishing a national research center on jackfruit at Tura to promote research and technology induction in jackfruit, especially for value addition, which will be useful for the whole region. It is in this background that we feel the necessity to launch an exclusive mission to promote jackfruit processing and enterprise development in our state. This has been conceptualized with that intention. Now the region is caught up, our state is caught up in the vicious cycle of high unemployment and poverty. Even if we convert just about 10% of the product that is being wasted at this time, we will be in a position to bring in sustainable livelihoods to at least about 20,000 people without imposing any additional burden on our existing resource. Now, the jackfruit mission will seek an investment of about 80 crores over a period of 5 years. Out of these 80 crores, we will mobilize 50 crores from the Government of India, sir, and the balance 30 crores we will seek from the state plan over a period of 5 years, so that will work out to about 6 crores. And this we can make arrangements within our own state plan so that we will not create any additional burden to the state governments. That is how we are conceptualizing at the moment. So this mission, when launched, will impact 82,000 farmers, and it will create 50 small and medium enterprises and spawn about 200 home-scale nano enterprises. So today, the Honorable Chief Minister and Agriculture Minister will release a draft mission document, which will then become a public document, and for the next 1 month, we will receive suggestions from the stakeholders for further refinement. After incorporating the suggestions, we will obtain the formal approvals from the state government, and we plan to launch it on the eve of Indian Independence Day, that is on the 14th of August of this year. So I am grateful to the Honorable Chief Minister for sparing his time to be with us, and the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, because it's very great to get both of them at the same time, in the same place. So we got you, sir. I'm very happy that you are with us. I'm also grateful to the Meghalaya Institute of Entrepreneurship for preparing the draft mission document, and the Directorate of Horticulture for organizing today's festival. As Einstein had said, nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Jackfruit is the idea, and I believe its time has come. Thank you.
First of all, respected Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Kamrat Sangma, as our chief guest, and also would like to welcome all the officials, and especially the farmers, without whom the Jackfruit Festival would have not taken place. And as an agriculture minister, I take this opportunity to share some of my view. Point on this jackfruit, which is also known as a jackfruit or sometimes simply jack in English. And as we call sohan, and we just now one of our singer, the singer of our state, sang about the jackfruit and has his song sohan. So all of us also, I think we sing along with him, sohan sohan. This is a festival today, and in Garo we call Tebrong. I think some of Garo friends also are coming a long way from Garoans. I'm not mistaken, they call Tebrong. Is it right? So jackfruit is the largest fruit, and it has got health benefits. It has a huge potential
for value addition, for livelihood opportunities, for income generation for the farmers, as well as agri-entrepreneur, like making jackfruit juice, jam chips, and pickles, etc. Just now, I think from the department, some official they have given us to taste some jackfruit chips. Chief Minister, he was probably said it's very tasty. I said we'll have that along with them. So, I would like to, at least to share with you about this new initiative by the government. We, the MDA government, has taken strong initiative. And one of the core focus agenda is to upliftment of the farmers and the agricultural sector as a whole. Recently, I visited some part of the state, East Kasil, Ribahi district, and Garwal district. And I interact with some official, and I came to know that difficulties faced by the department and the farmers. Therefore, I personally have gone to meet the Honorable Union Minister of Agriculture to brief and request him to send her help to allocate some more fund to agri sector as a whole. Can receive more funds so that we are able to make better infrastructure, resources and development research and studies. Therefore, I would like to request also our department official also to take more keen interest and to innovate with great better ideas which will benefit the farmers and uplift the economies and the states as whole. At the same time, making the future bright for our young generation. So, first, by organizing such festivals, the basic objective is to achieve is awareness amongst the people, farmers, company, and that we may have the potential to gather and supply to the market for commercial purpose. Therefore, I wish to express my deep appreciation to Department of Agriculture and Horticulture, and also I would like to thank the Additional Chief Secretary and his team of officials has made this jackfruit festival today successfully, and mainly to the farmers, entrepreneur, department, institution, individual and group, and exhibitors who have taken this keen interest to participating in this festival and make it grand success. And I'm looking forward also for the next years. So, at the same time, once again, especially I thank the Chief Minister, I have spared a valuable time. I think after me, Chief Minister will give a speech that what we have done. I think Chief Minister more, he'll let you know about what we are planning for the future, especially to help the farmers of our state. So many missions will be launched, but not mission impossible, mission possible. That we want. Only mission in black and white, we don't want. From the beginning, we took over of the state to run the government under leadership and guidance of young and dynamic leader, Shri Conrad Salman. We want to ensure that the state and the farmers will grow from time to time, from month to month, from year to year. That's why I'm standing here to thank Shillong Kumar. He's the best person to lead this department and other department. So I'd like to thank all of you. I cannot mention one by one. Some are from the various different departments also are here, director. I'd like to thank all of them, at least to make this day happen. And from the department, we'll keep on working for the welfare and benefit of our people. Thank you. Meghalaya, Kublai Shibol.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Honorable Agriculture and Horticulture Minister and guest of honor of today's program, and my colleague, Shri Bante Dor Lingdo, our Additional Chief Secretary and APC, Mr. K.N. Kumar, our Director, Horticulture and Agriculture, and our Secretary, Agriculture, all the officials of the government of Meghalaya, Dr. Shamla, who has come all the way from Bangalore, our Director of ICAR, Mr. Prakash, all the officials and people related to the subject who are today participating out here in this program, and all our dear friends and the farmers who have come from different parts of our state of Meghalaya to participate in this inaugural program for this jackfruit mission that the Department of Horticulture has started. First of all, I would like to apologize. I was slightly late for this program, and the reason why I was late is I had another program at 9:30 in Umpli, which was a program for medical conference of the BSF. So the program went on a bit late. So by the time I left from there, it was already 10:45. So I know all of you came on time, and I apologize for the delay. But I thank all of you for being patient and coming to this program and being part of this very, very important program for our government and for our state and for our people. First of all, I'd like to congratulate and thank our officials, especially Mr. K.N. Kumar, who has been really working very hard and is really, as was mentioned earlier, the brain and the person behind this particular concept of bringing in this jackfruit mission. And not only him, but his entire team has been working tirelessly to put this particular mission in front and put it in action mode so that things start rolling. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank him and all the officials for having invited us to this program and for ensuring that this whole program started off well, and I'm sure that we will see results once the program is launched and once we start working at the grassroots level. Earlier, Mr. Bantedor was mentioning about the chips that came in, and he was telling all of you of how I said that the chips were very tasty, but he forgot to mention that he ate more chips than me. So I was just speaking, but he was in action. So we can make out from the amount he ate on how much he liked the chips. But that's a fact for everyone. In fact, the chips are really good. And it is sad to see that a product, a fruit like this, really is not finding the correct value that it deserves. And I think that is the entire thinking behind what the government is doing and what Mr. K.N. Kumar and his team has been working on. Now there are many areas and many departments and many sectors in our state where we have strongly felt that these are literally low-hanging fruits. These are things that are already ready-made. And we just need to create the right policy, we need to create the right system and just simply tweak it a bit, and you will see the results and the entire dynamics change. And that is really what we are looking at. As a government, it's important for us to look at certain things and results and areas where we can affect short term. There are certain areas where we need to plan a bit and it takes about a medium term. And certain areas it takes us a long term. So we need to plant the seeds today so that we'll get the results and the fruits, maybe after 4, 5 years, 10 years. But in this particular case, the reason why jackfruit was selected as one of the missions that we want to launch immediately these are areas where we already have our strengths in. Lakadong, the turmeric that we grow from Jente Hills. A mission was launched for that. Why? Again, a low-hanging fruit. The curcumin value in the turmeric that we grow is almost 12%, double of what it is in other turmerics. There are people in UK and other parts of the world who take the turmeric from our country, or from our state, from our region, and take it all the way abroad, simply because of the values, the anti-cancer, values that it has. So these are the kind of areas that the department, especially our Honorable Minister and the Additional Chief Secretary, we all have been focusing on. We want to convert these low-hanging fruits and tweak it a bit and get the results at the earliest. So these are short-term things that we're looking at. Apiculture is one area which is very strong. We have a very, very pure form of honey, most probably the purest in the entire world, and being exported to Japan and Germany and parts of the world. Again, a very low-hanging fruit. And we just require the entrepreneurship to come in, we require the policies to be in place, we require a bit of push from the government and a bit of effort from all of us, and we will see a vast impact of these kind of missions that are coming in. We were just discussing with Mr. K. Kumar. Broomsticks. More than 2 lakh people are affected by broomsticks who are living, their livelihood depends on broomsticks. And yet, as a government, there has not been any specific policy to help. So I was discussing with K. Kumar and with our Agriculture Minister that can we think of something to do where we can increase the amount of input, the output in terms of the production as well as the value can go up in this area of broomstick. I don't know if some people know or not, but Meghalaya is the largest producer and the largest exporter in terms of the state to other parts of the country. Meghalaya supplies one of the highest percentage of broomsticks in the whole country. And I came to know this because of the GST issue that we were facing earlier. So as Member of Parliament, I think you're aware that there was GST that was put on broomsticks. And after taking it up in Parliament and taking it up with the Finance Ministry, I managed to bring it down to 0% from 5%. So then during that time I realized how important broomsticks are. So these are areas where the government needs to focus on, and this is where we are going to focus on. Because as I said, these are low-hanging fruits. These are areas which will require very less effort, but the impact will be huge. So I'm very thankful again to all the department, the officials and the minister especially for taking the initiative. I'll tell you, this is happening because we have a very, very energetic team. And this is not just because of what one leader or one politician thinks or the chief minister thinks. It doesn't happen with that. Maybe it might just start or it might be the support we give. But ultimately the energy and the effort that is put in has been 100% from the department. I must congratulate especially Mr. K. Kumar and his entire team and the director, horticulture and all the other officials who have really, really planned this out well. And I was going through the mission document. Before inaugurating it, I got a chance to see it also. So I was reading the mission document. I could see that the plan is very well laid out. And this really, I'm sure that the impact of this will be at the grassroots level. There are 200 nano units that are going to come up. I think almost at a cost, if I can remember correctly, I think it was involving about 12 to 13 crores for these nano units that will be coming up. But this is the way it needs to be planned. So it's not just that we are having this show today and it's going to end with this today. It's not. It's beginning with this. And there is a plan and there is a defined outcome that has already been set. So it's really a very well-planned mission, and you will see this during the next 5 years how it will roll out. So once again, I congratulate the team for doing this. At the same time, as Mr. Bantedor has mentioned to all of you, that our government is really keen on ensuring that the farmers are benefited. We're really keen to see that entrepreneurship develops, and that is the reason why we as a government, we have in fact just recently, about a month and a half back, we have passed a cabinet memo and we have passed in the cabinet creation of a new directorate for food processing or fruit processing, whatever you like to call it. But the fruit processing industry, or the department, that we have set up, is a very critical one. Earlier, what used to happen is if anybody wanted to start a food processing unit, they would be told, well, go to the industries department. When they go to the industries department would tell them, well, we are industries, you go to the agriculture or horticulture department. So the entrepreneur who wanted to start up some kind of a business to do with food processing really didn't have anybody to fall back on, or couldn't go to a department because there was no clear-cut department that would guide them. So therefore we felt the need to come up with a specific department that would really look into value addition of our agriculture products. That is the food processing department. And I'm happy to tell you that the food processing department is going to really do well. It is really already, in fact, the action is going on. A lot of areas are there. And we're going to combine this effort with the Institute of Entrepreneurship, which is there already. And we have already put, budgeted a certain amount to combine and synergize between the movement for entrepreneurship and this movement by the farmers and this movement of food processing. It is only when the entrepreneurship aspect comes into this whole idea of food processing and value addition, it is only then will it succeed. So government can make the policies, government can give the facilities, government can guide you and give the training. But if this has to succeed, it has to be the farmers and the entrepreneurships who have to participate. Without your participation, this program will not succeed. So therefore, I'm so happy that there are so many farmers and entrepreneurs who have come from different parts of the state. I urge you to take advantage of this. As was being mentioned by Mr. K. N. Kumar, that, I think all of you know what he mentioned, that there is a growth of people, vegans as they call it, and vegans are pure vegetarians. The purest form of vegetarian you can get is a vegan, that's what they call a vegan. So there's a growth of 300%, 600% in terms of the vegan demand. So this product, just one of the aspects of this product, as he said, the fiber is very similar to fruit, to meat. And so that aspect itself, you can imagine the kind of demand that's going to grow. Another aspect which you mentioned, which was so important, is the fact that this tree is so resilient that even climate change will not affect it. And I'll tell you, climate change is affecting a lot of areas. A lot of areas, if you go today in the state, you will see areca nut. Areca nut plantations are being affected. You will find oranges. If you go towards Nokrek area, I walked to Nokrek the other day, and you will see that the difference in the tree shades, the leaves in the tree, in the trees. Earlier, the local people used to tell me that, sir, this used to be green earlier, and suddenly now these orange trees are brown in color. Only when you go way up, all the way to Nokrek, you'll again see the green orange trees. I mean, these are realities of life. We're going to face these challenges. And so therefore, it's not going to be just us, it's going to be the entire nation, the whole world is going to face this. So I think this is a very important aspect. It's a tree and a plant, a fruit that is resilient to climate change, and I think that is a huge advantage. And I think in the future, in terms of our nutrition value, 70% carbohydrates are there. About 2-3% of proteins are there, and I was reading it's 1% fat only in it. And I think other things are in it. So it's a very healthy product also. So I think anyway, all these things were already mentioned by Mr. K. N. Kumar, but I just want to reiterate it because I see the importance of this, and I'm convinced more after listening to today to Mr. K. N. Kumar and seeing this whole program. And I'm really very, very hopeful that this program will really be a success. As he mentioned, 400 crores is the average estimate amount of loss that we incur every year. And he was mentioning that the estimates are that there will be about 1 million trees. I can tell you, you're right. There's more than 1 million trees. I have not traveled much into detail into a lot of parts of Khasi Hills and Chelte Hills. Of course, I have traveled to the main areas. But Garo Hills, I have traveled very extensively as a member of parliament campaigning. And I'll tell you, you go to Garo Hills and every house has a jackfruit tree. Every house, it's mandatory. Every village you go to, mangoes and jackfruit are mandatory. You know that there's a village here by seeing that, a jackfruit tree and a mango tree, or there's a village out here. Or you see an old mango tree or an old jackfruit tree and you say, there used to be a village out here. That is how we define a village, by growing mango trees and jackfruit trees. So if you were to count each household having 2 jackfruit trees, I think the number would be much bigger. So if you were to just simply work on the dynamics of that and have the nano units coming up in this kind of format. I know it's not easy, but you'll have to do it in a phase-wise manner. But I tell you one good thing, and this is true for most of our tribal friends who are in the rural areas. One good thing about our community, be it Khasis, Garos, Jaintiyas, is that when we see something working, you see, we like to follow it. You see, we have that habit. You see, you go to any village and you see that if somebody buys an auto and it works, then others will say, I also buy an auto. You see, if somebody goes and sees that a Tata pickup is working, then the person also will buy a Tata, Mahindra pickup. That's how people's mentalities are. So they wait to see success and they like to follow if something good and something profitable they see. I'm sure that if these nano projects that you're taking up and the other units that you come up with, once the people see the pilot projects take off, I'm telling you, people will hook on to this themselves. Because every house, as I said, has got, at least in Garo Hills, and I was looking at production in East Khasi Hills, the production in East Khasi Hills is almost about 5,000 metric tons, the highest in any district. So West Garo Hills, North Garo Hills is number 2 at 3,500 metric tons. And West Garo Hills is number 3 at 3,000 metric tons. So even East Garo Hills is East Khasi Hills also has a huge production of jackfruit. So therefore, I think I don't want to say much. I'm meant to only inaugurate and give an inaugural speech, but this is a subject that's very, I'm passionate about. It's an area which I really want to push. I really want to see our farmers benefit. I really want to see entrepreneurship come up. As my colleague Mr. Bantedor was mentioning, we are, as the MDA government, we are working very aggressively to ensure that the right policies are put in place, the right sectors are tapped, which affect the people directly, so that jobs can be created, entrepreneurship can be there, and our state overall can grow. Because government has its role to play, and at the same time we are facilitators, we are policy makers, we are infrastructure creators. And ultimately it is you, the people, the farmers, the entrepreneurs will have to take the economy forward. The economy will only move forward if the people participate, if entrepreneurship comes in. And that is why this project is so important to us. That is why the Entrepreneurship Institute also director is here today, because this has to be a concerted effort of the entire government together, and only then can we see success. So with these few words, I once again thank Mr. K. Kumar for the wonderful program. I thank my colleague Mr. Bantedor, who has been very supportive of this program and a very dynamic leader who really wants to see changes taking place. Mr. Bantedor has, in the last 4 months, he has already visited, I think, almost all the districts. I think he's only one of the few ministers who has gone personally to every district, not just visiting the day, but he spends the night also there, because he feels he needs to connect with the people. And I think that's a very positive way of looking at things. That's only when you come to really realize what the difficulties people face, when you spend time with them. And I'm thankful to him and to all the officials of the department for creating this program, and I wish this program a great success. I wish each one of you a great success. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Kublai Shibun Thela.
Horticulture, Department of Agriculture. It is my privilege to offer the vote of thanks. First of all, I thank our chief guest, the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad K. Sangma, who has spared his valuable time to be with us today to address the gathering, to inaugurate the Jackfruit Festival, and to release the draft Jackfruit Mission document. The department is grateful to you, sir, for your kind support and commitment for the welfare of our farmers. Thank you, sir. I thank the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Sri Bantedor Lingdo, guest of honor, for sparing his time to be with us today to grace the occasion, and for his leadership to help the department to serve the farming community with dedication and commitment. We are grateful to Shri K. Kumar IS, Additional Chief Secretary and Agriculture Production Commissioner, to Shri P. Sampat Kumar IS, Commissioner and Secretary, and to Srimati M.N. Nampoi IS, Secretary Agriculture Department, for their guidance and support. I also thank the esteemed resource person, Dr. Shyama Lama, Professor, Department of Biotechnology, US Bangalore, and Mrs. Natasha Marak, Assistant Professor, College of Home Science, Tura, for accepting our invitation to share information and know-how on the various value addition opportunities and the benefits of jackfruit. We would request your kind and continued involvement in the program for the benefit and interest of farmers of the state. I also thank the various state government departments, MIE, Institute of Hotel Management, entrepreneurs and individuals who have come from different parts of the state along with the products to participate in this festival. I also thank all the senior officials of the state government, the director ICR for accepting our invitation to attend this inaugural function of this jackfruit festival. Your kind presence is warmly acknowledged. My sincere gratitude and thanks go to the farmers who have made efforts and spared their valuable time, putting aside their works to come all the way from different parts of the state to attend and participate in this function. Thank you for coming, and I do hope today's celebration will benefit you all. And well, not to forget the local artists from Garo Hills and Khasi Hills who have worked hard to compose and deliver the song, the theme song on this occasion. Also, there are a number of people who have worked and support to make this program possible. I acknowledge and thank the efforts made by the officers and staffs of the directorates and district offices of Agriculture, Horticulture, MGSFAC, Agriculture Marketing Board, KVK, Hatama. In this regard, it is impossible for me to thank each one of you, but please accept my sincere gratitude for all the hard work you have put for holding this festival. Lastly, I want to thank the members of the media, both print and electronic, for their coverage of the event, and all those who are behind the scene, who have made all the necessary arrangements to make this program a success. Thank you once again.
I will be talking on the jackfruit scenario in Meghalaya and value addition opportunities of jackfruit. Now, I specialize in nutrition. So before we go on to the aspect of value addition, I would like to throw light on the nutritional aspects first. We have heard from the morning regarding the health benefits of jackfruit, so I would like to elaborate on that. Now, the nutritional composition of jackfruit. Now, since morning, we've been hearing that jackfruit is known as the poor man's fruit, and this is one of the major reasons why it is not very popularly used, especially in the urban areas. Now, most of the people in the urban areas, they think that jackfruit is for the poor people only. Only those people who cannot afford to buy vegetables, who cannot afford to buy meat, dal, they only eat jackfruit. So that is one of the major reasons why jackfruit is not popular as a vegetable in the urban areas of Meghalaya. Very less consumption. I myself come from Tura, so the intake of jackfruit as a vegetable is very, very less there. But if we know, I'm trying to convince people, that if you know the nutritional value of jackfruit, any educated person or very well-off families, they'll even think twice. They'll change their minds that this fruit has so much of potential in it to meet your nutritional requirements that it won't matter whether it is a poor man's fruit or not. So jackfruit is rich in several nutrients. The ripe fruit especially, it is yellow-orange in color. So it is packed with beta-carotene, vitamin A. It is rich, it's an excellent source of pectin and minerals like your phosphorus, iron, potassium and calcium. So ripe bulbs are full of carbohydrates, protein, ascorbic acid and carotene. Now I would like to draw your attention to this carotene. Carotene is vitamin A, which we get usually from yellow and orange color fruits and vegetables. Now, carrots. We know that carrots is very good for the eyes. So why is carrot good for the eyes? Because it has beta-carotene in it, vitamin A in it. So the same thing, we don't realize that jackfruit can be an alternate to your carrots, because carrots are very expensive and it is not available in plenty in our region. So, and one of the major reasons why children below the age of 5 get blind every year in a country like India is because of vitamin A deficiency. So vitamin A deficiency in children not only leads to poor eyesight, it can lead to permanent blindness also. So jackfruit is the answer to dealing with this problem of vitamin A deficiency. And not only that, calcium. It is rich in calcium. We know that. Why is calcium necessary? Calcium is necessary to strengthen your bones. Women, after they cross 50, they are prone to getting osteoporosis. So to prevent that, calcium would be the answer. And even for growing children, young boys and girls, in order to have strong bones, to grow healthy, they need calcium. So jackfruit is the answer again to treat that. So carbohydrates, protein, and usually we will see that from a nutrition point of view, usually vegetables and fruits are a very poor source of protein. Excellent sources of protein come from your meat and milk products, but not so. Jackfruit is a good source of protein also. That's why we call it a meat substitute. And pectin, of course, I'll talk about pectin later. Now this is the nutritive value of jackfruit, the young fruit as well as the ripe fruit. So if we notice, like protein, I was saying the young fruit has about 2 gram to 2.6 gram of protein per 100 gram. Cereals, on an average, cereals like rice, wheat, millets, they contain on an average 3 grams per 100 gram of the cereal. So here it is almost equivalent to cereals, the amount of protein that it can give you. So the same for fiber. Fiber is essential not only for your bowel movement to keep you healthy, but fiber is known to bring down your cholesterol levels and to control blood pressure also. So these are the health benefits of jackfruit. So I'm sure today majority must have purchased lots of juice. So juice, you will notice that it is refreshing. Okay, and it is packed with minerals. So it acts as a laxative. So people with problem of constipation, this is the answer to that. Then fresh fruit is an excellent source of vitamin A, like I said. And of course, your beta-carotene, like I said before, antioxidants. In this day and age, everybody knows what antioxidant is all about. These are your anti-cancer properties in it. They help to prevent cancer. So your jackfruit contains beta-carotene, which is a powerful antioxidant, and B-complex group of vitamins also. Like I said, for proteins also, fruits and vegetables are usually a poor source, but then not only for proteins, it is a good source of B-complex vitamins also. Vitamin C, and of course your minerals, potassium, magnesium, manganese, even iron. Okay, Meghalaya recently, NFHS survey has indicated that Meghalaya has the highest incidence of severe and moderate anemia in the whole of India. Meghalaya. Okay, so I'm sure majority of the people here also, if you check your hemoglobin levels, majority must be anemic. So here, because what are the good sources of iron if we go back to nutrition? Meat and meat products and green leafy vegetables. So here, jackfruit will give you not only proteins and all other nutrients, but even iron. So it can help to combat the menace of anemia in the state. Now about value addition. Jackfruit is such a fruit that right from the immature stage, when it is really young, to the mature ripe stage, it can be used. So every stage of the fruit has a scope for value addition. Like immature, the young fruit can be used to make cutlets like we saw before, and RTC is your ready to cook tender jackfruit. When it is half mature, it can be used for pickles, cutlets, pulao, biryani, the burgers which IHM has made. You know, instead of pulled pork and pulled chicken, we can make pulled jack. And then fully mature, we can use poppers, cutlets, chips, and pakora. Now, we noticed even today, the first product, the jackfruit products to get over today were the chips. So the most popular are the chips in Meghalaya. That's what we noticed. But there is scope for papad also. So papad, we usually, nobody makes papad in Meghalaya. Nobody makes papad, but everybody eats papad in Meghalaya. So even if we go to our villages, Garo Hills also, they always offer papad. But where does the papad come from? It comes from South India, the dal ones mostly. But papad from jackfruit is very easy to make, and it is completely organic. No chemicals, no preservatives go into making papad. It is very simple. I bought one packet, so I'll show it to everyone later. Then of course the well-ripened ones, the pulp. Okay, the pulp, today a lot of squash, but not only squash. The base material can be used for jam, for squash, for wine, for ice creams, for ready-to-serve drinks, so many things. Then seeds. So the only way that we people in Meghalaya have seeds is we cook it. That's the only way. In Garo Hills, we have it with nakam, that's the dry fish. That's the only way we eat as a culinary product. That is it. Okay. So, but then seeds have a role in replacing maida, your wheat flour, in your bakery industry. Now, why is wheat flour bad? Maida and atta, these are wheat products. So majority of the people in India now are suffering from what is known as gluten sensitivity, okay, celiac disease. They are allergic to wheat, the wheat protein. So that's why they cannot eat any bakery products, because bakery products, and we all know that eating too much of bakery products is not good, because we use maida and margarine in it. So how do we replace the maida? We can replace maida by using the jack seeds. So jack seeds can be powdered and they can be incorporated into bakery products. Today a lot of them have used the pulp. The pulp has been used to make your cakes. Okay, but then not only the pulp will add to the nutrition, of course, and to the flavor, but then if we add the seeds, that will add to your lesser intake of your maida. So we have tried and tested it in our university. Up to 30%, maida can be replaced up to 30% in your baked goods. So there lies the here opening for this also. So it's not very clear. So value addition potential of jackfruit, like I said in the beginning, when it is tender, we can start right from the tender stage. Okay, now this ready to cook. There was not one product also today on this vegetable purpose we call it. So how do we sell? You know, one of the reasons why jackfruit is not very popular is that nobody wants to take the trouble to cut it. You know, it's full of latex, okay, very sticky and very messy to cut the jackfruit. So the answer is, this is very popular in South India, okay. This is the way they do it. They cut the tender jackfruit, the young jackfruit, they cut it into pieces and they sell it in the market. So that no hassle of chopping and all that anymore. But the thing is, with this green jackfruit, it browns easily. You must have noticed also, when you chop the jackfruit, it becomes brown. But there are treatments to do this. So we have standardized these procedures in our laboratories. So it is possible to prevent browning. Now the shelf life, okay, if we do not no refrigeration temperatures and all that, at room temperature, the shelf life of these products at room temperature is 2 to 3 days max. So you know, shipping them out would not make sense. So that would be for the local produce, 2 to 3 days only for this. Now at refrigeration temperatures, if you can manage refuel vans, cold storage, cold chain and all that, then up to 1 week it goes. So 1 week. And then at freezing temperatures, lots of frozen products in the markets now. We get frozen peas, okay? Many other products are there. So frozen jackfruit can also be sold. The shelf life is about 20 days. So 20 days is the shelf life for your jackfruit. So these, if we get cold chain, if we can maintain cold chain, then we can ship it, because North India, you know, that's the market to aim for. It's very, very popular in North India. So if we can ship these to North India, okay, that would do wonders for our farmers. Now canning. Canning is one of the, we have seen today also quite a lot of canned products. We were doing a trial because we noticed that not much literature is there for canning. How much percentage to use, the salt, the brine percentage, because if you put too much of salt solution, you cannot eat it anymore. Even if you wash it, it does not go. So recently we have done a study on it. So lesser the saline, the salt solution in the brine, the more better it is in terms of your palatability. The salt concentration is much lesser. So this is one of the scopes to do this. You can do canning, or you can do brining in your bottles or in plastic pouches. So these are the ones which are commercially available. I just downloaded these from the internet. So these, and if we notice, China, one of the biggest exporters of this canned products. Okay, so these can be done. Those are the ones that we have done trial in our college. And of course, freeze drying. Freeze drying, of course, this needs more technology is needed for freeze drying. Other than freeze drying, also simple dehydration. That is also possible. Dr. Sham Lama will be dealing on that in detail. These are the ones that I was saying. Dried raw jackfruit. Okay, so solar dryers can be installed at the home level. Okay, and they can be dried. Shelf life is, almost a year it will go for shelf life if you dry these products. Just like mushroom. Mushroom is available dried in a dry form, dehydrated form. Your peas are also available that way. Okay, mature bulbs. Now going into mature. First we had the raw, okay, when it is really tender. Then we have the mature bulb. So chips. Okay, chips are the most popular ones, but of course packaging goes a long way. Okay, I think we first fall in love with our eyes first, the appearance. So the way you package your products, that is important. Okay, it is not only important to produce well, it is also important to package it well. So if you can package today, a lot of farmers have made efforts to put their own labels into it. Okay, so that's a good step. And then this is what I wanted to show. Now the varieties, Madam will be talking in detail about the varieties. Now the varieties available in Garo Hills, because we've done a survey, we noticed that we do not have the firm flesh. It's very soft, okay, fleshy ones we have. So for table purpose, it becomes a little difficult. Okay, but then this was one variety that we got from Gambegiri block, from Darengri, from Upper Darengri village. This size, the size is, it's 83. This is one bulb. One bulb was 83 grams, 8 centimeters in width, and length was 13 centimeters, which is a good variety. Okay, so we need to identify good varieties, because in Garo Hills, like our Honorable CM was also talking in the morning, every household has a jackfruit tree. Now that is true. There are so many jackfruit trees in Garo Hills, but the thing is the variety. Not all of them are suitable for processing, especially for the vegetable purpose. They are not at all suitable. So we need superior varieties. Okay, and nobody does plantation up till now. We also struggle to get, when we conduct trainings, we conduct a lot of trainings in the college, we struggle to get good varieties. Okay, for chips also, this is an excellent variety for chips. But we know that in this village, there are 3 trees which are suitable for chips. And in this particular locality, this tree is good for the tender vegetable. So we have to identify. Okay, now this needs training, and we are there to give you training. Vacuum fried chips. Okay, so chips, you can do your normal oil frying chips, and then of course your vacuum. This is a new technology. Madam will be talking in detail about this. So vacuum fried chips, this it eats up very less oil. Oil content is very less, so it is healthier. This is papar. So this photograph is from our college. This is our trainees. So papar is very, very easy to make. Okay, it's the easiest thing among all the products. I think papar is the easiest to make. It's just that in Garo Hills we have a lengthy monsoon season, so we need dryers. So open air drying is not possible there. When the jackfruit season starts from March we start getting jackfruit. And by April, May it starts to rain. So drying, open air drying, sun drying is not possible. So we need to install dryers, and solar dryers would be the answer to this. Dehydrated mature bulbs. Okay, these, like I said, mature bulbs as well as the vegetable, the tender ones, both can be dehydrated. These are the ripe jackfruit bulbs. Okay, we can make jam out of it. A lot of farmers have prepared jam today, but with jam you have to be careful, because we notice that if you have to have a refractometers for jam. Otherwise, sometimes your product can go bad, fungal infection and all that can happen there. So this is ways where we can go for value addition. We can sell it as for table purpose, okay, or candies. We have seen candies, we have seen jackfruit bars outside also today. So all these are possible. And of course squash. Okay, squash is pretty popular also. A lot of people have made squash today, and most people hesitate to take jackfruit squash because of the smell, but believe me, it is really nice. So it's packed with nutrients also. You try it, especially on a hot summer day like today, it would be very, very refreshing. The seed flour. this is what we are trying to focus on, the seed flour utilization. Seed flour, like I said, it can be used to replace wheat flour. We can use it for muffins. Today, like I said, they have used pulp, but we can also use the seed flour. So seed flour can be used for cookies, and it'll make it much more healthier. You know, people are they're hesitant to take bread now, white bread. They say that eating maida, that's your wheat flour, it's like eating sugar. Okay, we nutritionists, we never recommend people to eat maida, not just diabetics, even for the layman. You eat the atta, which is packed with fiber. Okay, it will help to lose your weight, it will help to lower your cholesterol levels, it can do wonders for your body. So the bakery products can be made more nutritious by incorporating these jack seeds, even for chapati at home. Okay, we all eat rotis in the morning. Okay, so you can replace up to 30%. We have tried 40-50%. If you go up to 40-50%, you making the dough becomes difficult because it does not have gluten in it. Okay, so we can use it to prepare so many products out of it, and it's very simple to make also. Now the scenario of jackfruit in Meghalaya, there is, like sir also said in the morning, there is no documented data as to the production nor the amount of how much is produced. We do not have any record. But what we are doing right now, scenario of jackfruit value addition, it should have been, I think. Okay, what we are doing for the past few years, I think this basically, it all started here, the Jackfruit Festival in Williamnagar, organized by your Basin Development. This was in 2013. I think the focus on jackfruit started this year in Williamnagar, 2013. 2013, this was the first ever jackfruit festival organized in Meghalaya. So after this, now we have organized Mela in Tura and now in Shillong also. So I think these are the baby steps that we are taking now. We still have a long way to go. So this was the first jackfruit festival where we actually started to pay attention to the good old jackfruit. And this is what we do in Tura. Every year, one or the other program is always conducted to popularize jackfruit products. The Fruve Festival, this was also organized by the Basin Development. So we did live demonstrations also in these kind of melas. So live demonstration was also done. Then this was the Jackfruit Mela, which was organized in Tura in the year 2016. So 16, and we have trained up till now about 200 farmers up till now. But out of that 200, we have had only about 10, a handful only, who are actually doing it commercially. Some of them are here, 3 or 4 of them are here, and it's good to see that, you know, they have actually increased their production. So we want that numbers to increase. So because they cannot meet the Tura demands. Okay, majority gets over in their village or before they come to Tura town. So Tura people, even Tura people, they have not had a taste of jackfruit chips so far. Not all of them. There are few. Okay, so but then we have started with these 10 entrepreneurs. We hope that majority of them will, if they can upscale the production, you know, and for that now I think with the mission which was launched, and most of them will get funds to take this forward. And then of course our own Central Agriculture University also, we conduct trainings. So if you all require training, of course we have had before, we were also trained by UAS Bangalore. I have also gone to Bangalore to get training, and then many of our farmers have also been sent to Bangalore, so they are master trainers also. But since we had the project by DBT, so we have basic equipment, so we have the facilities to give you training. If anybody is interested, you can contact your officers. So, and trainings can be, it can be materialized. So these are the trainings that we organize in the lab. And entrepreneurs so far. Okay, so I have this small-time farmers. Okay, they've not managed to. They get about. I was interviewing one of them, so they said that on an average they earn about 20 to 25,000 per month. Okay, only through selling jackfruit chips and squash. So we have Mrs. Casino. She's from Amandarangsa, and then they are here today. 3 of them are here today. So it's good to see that, you know, any festival related to jackfruit, any program related to jackfruit, we will always see these 3 faces. They're always there. So it's an excellent encouragement. Okay, and now what we noticed is that when we give trainings, okay, our job as a university, we give the trainings, but usually it ends after that. So the people will come for training, and then when we ask them what did you do after that, they produce a little at home and then they forget about it. So we organized a 10 days training this was in 17. We organized the 10 days where we invited the people from DCIC, or District Industries people also, and we told these budding entrepreneurs that if you want, because everybody needs money for startup, okay, so where do they get the funds from? So we called the bank people and we called the DCIC people, industries people, and these experts, they give them where to ask for loans, okay, which are the schemes which are available. So all these kind of guidance is required. So with the ministry, with the Department of Food Processing now, people will know where to go to for help. So this is what we've been doing so far. So this is it. I think Dr. Shamlama Madam will continue with the details on value addition. Thank you.
We are deriving our food only from 35 crops and that were commercially cultivated. So in that, jackfruit is one of the major staple food, but it is not considered as important by many departments. So that is the sad part of it. Maybe today when we saw this Meghalaya government giving so much importance for this crop, definitely it can be included as one of the staple food crop in the future. And this is, we are mostly eating either wheat, rice or corn as staple foods, and maybe we can incorporate jackfruit also as a staple fruit in our diets. And this doesn't require any inputs. See, you grow rice, you need fertilizers, manures, pesticides, so many things are required. For jackfruit, it doesn't require any of these things. It will just grow on its own for the natural rainfall. It will absorb all the nutrients present in nearby soil, its roots can spread and it will survive. It will produce plenty of fruits. As Ken Kumar sir was mentioning in the morning, minimum 1000 kgs per tree, that is minimum yield. Maximum could be more than that. So you are getting that much yield without any effort. So do you get 1000 kgs of wheat without any effort? I don't think so. So you have to spend lot of labor and lot of cultivation, all those things you have to take care. So that way we have, and health benefits as Natasha told in detail. I'll skip this. You try to eat lot of jackfruit to get all these health benefits, both nutritional as well as medicinal values also. And it is also having lot of minerals like calcium, potassium, iron, magnesium, and it is good for several diseases including heart diseases and BP. And if you eat more of jackfruit, you will be developing more immunity. Okay, so you will not get cold, you will not get fever. Means your body is getting resistance through eating natural fruit like jackfruit. Okay, and in southern states we have documented lot of diversity in jackfruit. Today also you saw there one fruit was very small, half kilo, like what I put in my picture. One fruit weighing around 35 kgs I think. But here in south we have recorded up to 65 kgs. One jackfruit weighing up to 65 kgs. So why do we need this variation, jackfruit variation? One is we can develop varieties for home scale. Nowadays one thing, single family means it's not more than 5 people. And if they can buy small fruits, it's easy to carry those fruits and they can also just eat in 1 or 2 days. And why do we need bigger fruits? Bigger fruits, suppose you establish chips unit, papad unit, squash unit. So if you cut open one fruit, maybe 30-35 kgs, at least you get half of it. So that means at least 16 kgs bulbs. So at a stretch you get 16 kgs bulbs, means you can make more chips, more squash. So that is for the way you have to look into varietal identification for what purpose you need what type of fruits. Okay, so that you have to concentrate, and Natasha was telling that she wants to identify in gar oils. Definitely I'll give the characteristics required for identification. It is there in my slides. You can take those slides. So look for only few characters, you can identify the varieties. And this is the variation in fruit shape. For commercial purpose,
always take this type of fruits, round, oval and oblong. They are having good market. If fruit is very much misshaped, nobody likes that actually. It's not commercially viable. So whatever varieties, we have identified 105 genotypes in Karnataka. We have planted in germplasm block at UAS Bangalore. You can see for the color variation, pulp color variation, see the flake size. Okay. You can see it's so much big, it is 10 centimeters. Each flake weighing 10 centimeter. Core is very small. Rind is very thin. I don't know whether you people can see this side. So rind also should be very thin actually. Thin rind, core should be small. So this core should be very small. Thin rind, flake should be bigger and longer. This is for table purpose. So any variety you want to identify table purpose and do consider these characters. Then color. Color is very important character. And most of the varieties in Karnataka we are having firm type. And in Meghalaya, you are having soft type. So soft flesh can be good for value addition and firm flesh is required for table purpose. If you want to eat jackfruit as such, as a fruit, you require this color, flake size, shape, everything. And for table purpose, I think Meghalaya government can introduce some varieties from Karnataka just for table purpose. Anyway, for value addition, you have a lot of diversity. It is not so required, I think. So these characters you have to consider. Yield also another factor. Always select for high yielding trees, not the low yielding ones. It is not economical. And also look for all season types. All season means throughout the year you get yield in some plants. So that is very good for vegetable purpose. So only in the season you get jackfruit and afterwards you don't get. So if you can plant some of these genotypes which gives throughout the year, that is very good. You can sell it for higher price in the half season. And we have identified such types. And these are the characters one has to consider for table purpose. So this list of characters you take please. Whoever wants to select jackfruit for table purpose, you have to take these characters. So one is yield, an average fruit size, flake quality, number of flakes per kg fruit. So we consider around 9 to 15 bulbs per kg fruit is good because the bulb size will be bigger. If you take 20-25 flakes per kg fruit, the bulbs will be very small and it is not liked economically. Okay. And flake to fruit ratio. So what is the ratio? It should be 0.5 and above. Means 50% recovery. Fruit to flake ratio 0.5 and above means you get, suppose you cut 10 kg fruit, 5 kg is your bulbs with seeds. So that is the recovery. And fruit ring thickness should be less than 1 centimeter. Flake thickness should be more than 0.5 centimeter. Latex should be less. All these traits. So we have listed these traits in collaboration with the Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, that is in Bangalore. So we all sat together and we decided these characters so that people working on jackfruit just look for these 10-12 characteristics to identify a variety, best variety. And similarly for vegetable purpose, what are the characters to be considered for vegetable purpose? So you can take the fruit maturity period, whether it is slow growing or fast growing. Always slow growing is preferred for vegetable purpose than fast growing. And cooking quality, tenderness, flake fiber content, fruit rind thickness, then browning. Some varieties will produce lot of phenols and they'll become browny just after cutting the fruit. But some genotypes, even after air exposure, they won't turn brown. That type of varieties are preferred. Latex should be very less as far as possible. If there is no latex, that will be still good. And seedless, there should be seedlessness or soft seeded types. So if the variety is growing slow, the seed growth will also be slow actually. That's what we have identified at different months interval. Overall, when a fruit is produced before 1.5 months, you can use it as tender vegetables. From 2 weeks to 6 weeks, you can use it as vegetable and that will be very good actually. And shelf life, what is the packing period? Once you cut into small pieces, how many days you can keep at room temperature? 3 to 4 days is a good shelf life. If you can keep for 3 to 4 days after processing without any spoiling, this is how the tender jackfruit looks when you cut the pieces. So this, if you pack in say around 100 to 150 gauge thickness polythene cover with minimal ventilation, it should stay for 3 days at room temperature. And all these qualities you can consider. Then for processing, You want to prepare chips or squash or the jam, juice, these are the qualities. What is the dry matter content you get and flake fiber? If flake fiber is very high, then processing is little difficult actually. So you have to filter the fiber content and carotenoid content and flake quality in terms of color, taste. If it is orange types, you get natural orange color actually. No need to add artificial color. So that is how we promote these jackfruit varieties. And flake to fruit ratio, again fruit size should be more than 15 kgs minimum because it is easy to process. No latex, fruit ring thickness, again this shelf life, all these characters we have considered. And so based on this actually we have identified some varieties and we have classified them for tender vegetable purpose, table purpose and for value addition. And this we have in our germplasm. So these are some of the trees which we can try in, like for low height, so that easy to harvest these fruits. This you have to do from the 6 months after planting. So when you plant your jackfruit, you have to train them right from 6 months after planting. So to low height, branches are spreading at the ground level and very easy to harvest. And also you can make a high density orchard. Means more number of plants can be planted per unit area. Just put it, instead of 30 feet by 30 feet, put it at 20 feet by 20 feet. You can accommodate 65 plants per acre instead of 40 plants. So that is how we can manipulate the growth conditions. And now we look at the fruits. That is the, as Sir Kumar sir was telling, this is very hardy fruit and it doesn't require any care and maintenance. And you can as well put it to all barren lands wherever no other fruit crops grows. This will come up and we can increase the green cover and we can fight against climate change. So this is very hardy crop. It is very good and it will adapt itself to a lot of differences in environmental conditions actually. See, it grows up to 40 degrees, 45 degrees in Kadlur district of Tamil Nadu, where the summer temperature goes up to 45 degrees centigrade. Here in your Rivai district, the summer winter temperatures may go as low as 10 degrees. I'm not exactly knowing. So even at 10 degrees also it can grow up to 45 degrees. See the diversity that it can adapt itself. So that is why it is surviving in so many locations. And just I'll tell about the utilization of jackfruit, opportunities for these youngsters to use this jackfruit in different products preparation. First I will touch upon tender jackfruit. As you all tasted today in the Institute of Hotel Management, they have done lot of products. I was amazed to see those products, what they have prepared, kofta, curry, then palau, so many products, and it was mouth watering actually. So a lot of products they have prepared. And these products really they were, see this is the first step how to start a tender jackfruit processing. First you select 4 to 6 week old tender jackfruits and remove the outer cover, and after that you can make it into small pieces using a machine, or as such you can cut it into small cubes using stainless steel machines. They are available now for very low cost, as low as 1500 for a small cutter which is stainless steel, totally stainless steel. And then you have to use a stainless steel table. Everything should be stainless steel to avoid browning. Okay, so if it comes contact with the iron things, the browning will be enhanced. It will become more actually. So use that. So process and immediately you have to pack. And before you pack, there is a process protocol to treat the fruit which is removed, the cover is removed, that skin is removed. So after removing, you have to wash with KMS, that is potassium metabisulfate, whole fruit 0.5%. So that browning is prevented. So once you wash that, cut it into small pieces of maybe how we cut the potato for curry purpose, no? So that size you cut it, and again you put it in 65 degrees centigrade boiling hot water just for 2 or 3 minutes. That is called blanching. Okay. So why do we need to do blanching? This reduces the enzymatic reactions and browning is reduced. Just you are dipping and removing, then spread it on stainless steel table and put on the fan, so the water content is reduced. Then you pack it and it will stay. So that is how you have to do tender jackfruit processing. And this is another solar drying unit naturally. So you can dry this tender jackfruit and keep it for off season. This is a solar drying unit. It is done in a place called Panarutti. It is again in Kadlur district of Tamil Nadu. This entire unit costs around 65,000. So they have prepared the mature bulbs as well as the tender fruit. So this is how the product looks like after solar drying. So your investment is just 65,000 and this structure can last for years together. So just keep this mature bulbs or tender jackfruit dried, pack it in airtight packs and keep it at room temperature. No need of refrigeration also. So whenever you have off season, you give it to stores. Or some people for marriages and all, they take in bulk actually. They take 10 kgs, 15 kgs. So that is how people are doing this, and this is very cheap value addition method without use of any refrigeration and other kind of things. And this is the powder prepared from the same mature bulbs. So once you dehydrate and you put it in a mixer grinder, which is a little bigger, industrial grade mixer grinder we say, that has a bigger machine, motor to run. So this powder, we can use it in bakery products. So you all saw that bakery products, cupcake or muffins, bread, bun and biscuits, we can put this up to 40%. And this is having minerals and it is good compared to maida. So all your bakery products is full of maida and dalda. So you can reduce maida content up to 40%. This is very good addition and it is tasty also. The products will be tasty. Okay. So also this mature. So this is another dried products from that same unit. I don't know whether it is visible or not because of lot of light here. So these are seeds. Seeds dried in solar unit. So seeds can be dried and you can powder it or you can keep it as such for further use. So these are the entrepreneurs who are selling this tender jackfruit in simple packs. Okay, they are just packing and sending it to market. And this lady, she is doing in Bombay, and this person, our own university graduate, is doing in Bangalore. Okay, so during the season they are selling the products. And this lady again in Karnataka, another 200-300 kilometers from Bangalore. Her name is Uma. She is doing a home scale. Again, she is doing dehydration using solar this one house, and she is packing them. And this is canned tender jackfruit. This is from Sri Lanka. As sir was mentioning in the morning, Sri Lanka is producing lot of canned tender jackfruit, and they are getting lot of commercial orders from other countries also. So this is again another good thing where you are packing your tender jackfruit in 8 to 10% salt solution. And Maharashtra, which is a non-traditional area for jackfruit, interior of Maharashtra, there also they are growing this jackfruit only for tender vegetable purpose. They won't like ripened fruits, so they are eating tender jackfruit. And this is the jackfruit going from south to North India, Haryana, Punjab, where it is liked very much as a vegetable meat, and they don't grow any jackfruits. Means Meghalaya has lot of potential to export these products to north. So it is nearby also. Haryana, although Madhya Pradesh has lot of jackfruit, but Punjab, Haryana doesn't have. So there we can focus that. And this is how it looks when you prepare. See, this is roti with tender jackfruit curry. It is similar to your chicken or mutton. So that's why it is called vegetable meat. Okay, jackfruit is known as vegetable meat. So people are using this because it is good in fiber. You don't have any digestion problems or even bowel movement also. So it is recommended, and especially for diabetic people. It is having low glycemic index. Means it digests very slowly and sugar release is very slow. So your insulin requirement won't go up. So you can happily eat this fruit, tender fruit, and you can reduce your insulin levels. Even sometimes the tablets what you take also you can reduce. And we can plan this for commercialization, this tender jackfruit. Prepare the pieces, dehydrated tender jackfruit pieces, or even powder. So Natasha, you can concentrate how to use this powder for chapati or for curry to increase the consistency of curries. it will add to the value, and this glycemic index also. You can work out the glycemic index factor. So that way we can improve this. And there is lot of scope for marketing of tender jackfruit. In the morning, APIDA Deputy General Manager Rajiv sir, I don't know whether he's here or not, he was talking to me that how to promote this tender jackfruit, how to send tender jackfruit from Meghalaya or Assam to Delhi. And he told that he wants to organize one training program exclusively for preparation of tender jackfruit in the coming jackfruit season, because now it is over. So next year, and they want to train some interested entrepreneurs so that they will exclusively produce tender jackfruit in the season, which APIDA will procure, and they will distribute it to different states, that is northern states. So that is very good initiative. Maybe it will take on shape, I think. So coming to mature bulbs, how to use mature bulbs? So mature bulbs we can use for chips, papad, dehydrated flakes and flake powder. So these are the products, mature bulbs, flakes, dehydrated flakes, flake powder, and this is the chips you all seen in the stalls, and this is the papad. Okay, and also one lady from Tura, she has prepared jackfruit mixture. Okay, so with all dals, groundnut and jackfruit chips, which is made into small pieces. So this innovative kind of products are required. So you can just think of the products and you can try to prepare those products so that it will pick up in the market. So that is how you can develop various value added products. This is dehydrated mature flakes. And this one person from Kerala, it is his name, that company name is Plantaja. He is having lot of products and he is selling ready-made food like ready to eat, RTE. So you know that MTR products, lot of MTR products that are there. This is from South Karnataka, where they will pack the curry in a packet and it is already sterilized. So just you have to put it in hot water, cut open and put it in a plate, eat with your roti. That is called ready, RTE, ready to eat products. So that is how he is promoting jackfruit. He has got lot of RTE products, and he sold in recently held food processing fair in Bangalore. He had got very good sales there. So it is packed, just you have to put it in hot water and eat. This is vacuum fried chips, very simple technology. You need a mission. Okay, so this vacuum fried technology, though Vietnam is in the forefront, but Indians are on the South Karnataka, they are picking up. Kerala, Tamil Nadu, several units have come up, and Sohalia sir inquired last month and they want to visit and see some of these units. Definitely they can visit, and they have to install these missions in Meghalaya because this product is having excellent quality. And here the jackfruit which is about to ripe, not ripened. So at that stage we have to cut open and take the bulbs and fry it in vacuum. So this advantage of frying these in vacuum is the bulbs will be crisp, the chips will be crisp, and the ordinary chips what we are getting now here is hard. They are hard because they are fried at a temperature of 170 to 180 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, but the vacuum fried chips, since we are frying in vacuum, the temperature is just 65 degree Fahrenheit. Imagine the temperature difference. So they will remain crisp and you can easily feel the taste and aroma. Jackfruit taste and aroma is retained in that. That is another advantage. No need to add any salt or chili powder. Just natural jackfruit vacuum fried chips. And they look as if they are dehydrated. They won't look like they are fried because we are frying in vacuum and they will not retain much oil. That is another advantage. So this is how the Malaysian people are doing vacuum frying in home scale. Every home has got a vacuum frying unit. They will prepare and they will send it to company. The company will label these chips and they will market actually. So that is how they are mobilizing. Because if each person wants to market, they may not be having that much demand. So in branded name, you have to suppose Meghalaya vacuum fried chips. If you say, it will go on a brand name and it will have more demand in the market. And this is again the missions. You can see the small missions. This is vacuum frying units which can fry around 2 to 5 kgs at a time. This is again from Malaysia. They are available in a smaller version and the bigger version also available. But for small scale units like your area where there is hilly terrain, you can't transport your fruits. So people can keep these small missions in their home scale and they can process. And the processed product can be procured and labeled and packed. And this is again, see how they are putting into vacuum frying mission the prepared flakes for frying purpose. And this is another small example how people can set up enterprise. This is from Sirsi area, that is in Karnataka, around 300 kilometers from Bangalore. He is having his own unit. So here he prepares lot of ordinary jackfruit fried chips and he is sending it to Bombay. His major market is Bombay. So what he is doing is he gives the mature fruits to all households in the morning. So 5 fruits, 6 fruits to each house. They will cut open the fruits and they'll prepare the finger chips and they'll get it back. For the preparation cost, he is paying 35 rupees per kilo. That is the preparation cost. Fruits he is giving. So preparation, so the ladies will come with these finger chips before 12 o'clock. Okay, and there are 3-4 ordinary frying pans, big pans, and they will fry and finish by evening. Okay, so product is finished for that day. So that is how he is managing, and we were astonished to see that he doesn't have any scientific background. He has not gone for any training program and all. He just set up a unit and he is doing it. Okay, so that is, if you have interest, you will have the avenues. That is how you have to learn. And this is dehydration. Simple dehydration unit. So in this unit they use farm waste to generate heat, and these units are set up by IISc, Indian Institute of Science. So they will build this dehydrator structures, and you can use any farm waste, coconut fronds or the areca frond, even the areca husk, coconut husk. So they all take lot of time for degradation. So they can use this type of farm produce to generate heat. And this is the biomass based dehydrator, and you can have the plates and they will be dehydrated. This is pasta, another new concept using mature bulbs. So pasta making machines are available now. They are making pasta using cereals plus jackfruit, cereal plus some other fruit, whatever it is, mature fruits. So they are also good, and you can commercialize these products. Here they don't require any preservatives. You can pack it nicely, keep it up to 6 months shelf life will have at room temperature. And here in Karnataka again, some hotel industries are promoting these daily based foods. So Adigas, it is famous hotel chain in Karnataka, Adigas. So they are preparing jackfruit dosa. Here they grind these mature bulbs with rice in definite proportion and they prepare dosa. And this is another products prepared by some competitive ladies for sales. See jackfruit kebab, this is jackfruit kebab, and jackfruit what is called hapla or papad, and so many things they are prepared, curries they are prepared. So only they should have idea to prepare. And this is again mature bulbs for dehydration and freeze dried. Freeze dried, as Natasha mentioned, it is little expensive technique. You need lot of power. So the power consumption is the major item which increases the product cost. And this definitely not for our population, because we are getting jackfruit at a very cheaper rates, and this costs around 1000 rupees or more for kilo. And maybe for 5-star hotels this is preferred, because they will also charge exorbitantly and they will it will work out for them. And this is braining, that is storing this tender jackfruit as well as bulbs in salt solution. This technology has been standardized. We have given to Tura also, and even we also train people in this technique. And papad industry, so this home scale they can prepare, and we have supplied small frames for preparation of papad to Tura group, and they have come out with papads this year. And this is very big industry in Karnataka. Each papad cost 4 rupees. So this is also the housewives, they do it on commercial scale. They hire laborers and they do it on commercial scale and store it, and in the off season they will sell. And lakhs of papads are sold in Karnataka, and this is how they pack the papads, around 20 papads in one pack. and they will sell it at rate of 3 rupees or 4 rupees per papad. And ripe fruits, how can we use ripe fruits for value addition? You can sell ripe fruit as it is in the packets, like how we sell strawberry. Okay. So this is having good demand in Bangalore. It is placed in several supermarkets, More, Reliance and Fresh, all those markets. See, they are taking very high price. Half kilo product selling at 65 to 70 rupees, half kilo. Okay, so kilo is around 150 rupees. So that is very good price actually. For the preparation cost also, even transportation, everything is taken care here. But people are buying happily because they don't have time to struggle with the latex. See, if you want to cut open the jackfruit which is brought to house, no one will take the responsibility. Just it will be lying like that 3-4 days. After that it will rot and they will throw. So instead of that, if it is available ready form, that is very good. So it is purchased and many people eat that. So now it is gaining lot of popularity in Karnataka. It is being sold in different types of containers, whatever is locally available. And also we are promoting some of these jackfruit varieties with red flesh color, orange to red flesh, because that is having more demand in the market for fresh fruit purpose. And you can put it in any of these containers as such. And nowadays the milkshake, jackfruit milkshake is getting lot of popularity. Now the processors can process the pulp and supply it to juice parlors. So in Kerala I had heard that this summer it started, and each juice center they used to purchase 100 kilos of pulp for 1 or 2 days. 100 kilos of pulp. So a lot of demand for this juice, especially in a coastal area where they have very high temperatures in summer. And we can promote this also in places where it is required. And also we promote this jackfruit sales to our farmers by setting mango and jack mela in our botanical gardens in Bangalore, Lalbagh Botanical Gardens, where we, with the help of Directorate of Horticulture, we will organize this fair for 1 month. That is say from May 15-16 to June 15-16 before the rain starts. So the farmers get their fruits, they will cut open and they will sell the bulbs. And there is very good demand for this. So they are earning good income from the sale of their produce. And this is how we set up the stalls and give facilities for them, and they are doing very good business. And squash units, processing of the squash and pulp, it can be taken up commercially. So other than that, this jackfruit is coming up in a big way in Malaysia and Vietnam. So they are doing like what we do, mango or sapota or guava. We grow in orchard crops, acres together. Same way this is grown in acres together, and they are having lot of facilities to store these fruits, fruit pulp. So this is, pulp is stored and they will mix with ice creams. Okay. So even in Karnataka we have one famous ice cream brand called Natural Ice Creams. So they will put natural fruit pulp, sapota, mango, guava and jackfruit, even tender jackfruit, tender coconut. Tender coconut cream is also used. So it is having very good demand. And this is how the plantations have come up. Here you can see the high density planting with whole lot of fruits here at a very small age, maybe 6-7 years. And this is China. China is coming up with lot of value added products on jackfruit, especially vacuum fried chips. You can see lot of jackfruit chips stored in the stalls. And this is the fruit sales also on the roadside, and even in stalls also they are selling lot of fruits. And they are encouraging jackfruit as avenue tree. Okay. So we put a lot of other type of trees. So we can also think of jackfruit as avenue tree. You can see how the fruits are bearing. So really it is a wonderful idea. And jackfruit modaka, this is popular in Maharashtra with ripe pulp. They are using ripe pulp for jackfruit modaka. And jackfruit chocolate. So you are putting the ripe pulp in the center of the chocolate. So this is also, idea is from Vietnam again. They are doing this. And powder, ripe jackfruit pulp powder, dehydrated pulp powder. This is done by a person in Maharashtra. You can just mix with water and drink it as a drink. Okay. And utilization of jackfruit seed. So today you saw that one person, Sangma from Tura, he has brought jackfruit seed treated with salt in the packets. So this seed you can roast and use it, or you can use it in curry. Okay, whatever form you want, you can use that. And value-added products, that bread. Okay, whatever you want to prepare, different types of bakery products, you can use seed flour very easily up to 30%. Okay, 25 to 30%, because if it is more, then it will become more hard. So less you have to use. And also they are using these things in Sri Lanka in lot of ways. And moreover, we have to do some value add, popularization of this value addition. So maybe this is the one type what we have done today. Okay, so we go to farmers' fields and we collect best types and we talk to them and we identify. This is the one tree what we have identified in Bangalore, in Kadlur district. This is more than 200-year-old, and you can see that farmer standing here, and they maintain only one fruit per stalk. So they'll thin the fruits when they are tender, use it for vegetable purpose, and they'll maintain just one fruit per stalk so that the fruit becomes bigger. Okay, and the shape is also good. If you retain all the fruits produced in a tree, they won't be good. Okay, their appearance, everything will be different. So you can practice this type of thinning practice. It is called fruit thinning to get very good quality fruits. And this fruit, this was 54 kilos. Okay, one single fruit was 54 kilos. And now why do they get such big fruits? It is because they maintain one single fruit per tree. And also we have identified lot of varieties, and we conduct training programs to the farmers on grafting and budding, and we give information about all these trees, and they also come with the material for propagation. Suppose a farmer has good variety, he will tell that he wants to get that variety propagated. So we are doing propagation in the university. They will get their cyan materials, we will multiply and give them. And these are the farmers who have maintained very good jackfruit genotypes, and we are listing them for farmers' varieties. So you know that in PPV FRA, a farmer has the rights to protect his variety. So we are listing them under farmers' varieties, and when we release these varieties, the farmers has the right to get back the money out of the plants sold from that variety. Okay. So we are listing these varieties as farmers' varieties. These are all farmers' varieties, and we have identified and we are giving due consideration to all those people who have maintained these elite jackfruit lines. So this is in brief, and we are also having Jack Growers Association we have formed, and he is the secretary of the Jack Growers Association, and they will also provide lot of inputs how to improve this jackfruit value addition and other things. So this is in brief about my presentation. I thank all my colleagues who are involved in this project and to make this project successful. Without their help, I could not have come out with so many things, and I thank them all. And I hope you all maintain your old jackfruit trees and try to rejuvenate them through your respective KVKs or through your university components. So farmers should take up that, I think. Many good varieties will be lost if they are not propagated and taken to further next generations. So otherwise we will lose them. This is another tree near Tamil Nadu. It is very near to Bangalore, actually it is in Tamil Nadu. This is also more than 300-year-old, and this tree, the mother plant has fallen and the other 7 sub-branches have come up, and each branch has got huge yield, maybe more than 300 fruits per branch. And I have not seen such a heavy yielding tree so far. And we have multiplied this and we have retained this plant actually. Thank you one and all.